In this video, we'll be taking a look at 4 NBA games happening on March 27, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 8 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 4 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Los Angeles Lakers versus Chicago Bulls. On Thursday, the Los Angeles Lakers will travel to the United Center to face off against the Chicago Bulls. This will be the second time these two teams meet this season, with the Bulls having already dominated the first matchup. Back on March 22nd, Chicago cruised to a commanding 146-115 victory over Los Angeles. Looking at their last 10 head-to-head games, the series has been dead even straight up at 5-5, though the Bulls hold the edge against the spread at 6-4. Bettors favoring the over should take note as well. The total has gone over in 8 of the last 10 meetings, with one game pushing. The Lakers might be dealing with some roster uncertainty heading into this contest, as Austin Reeves is currently listed as day-to-day. Meanwhile, the Bulls have a few injury concerns of their own, with Lonzo Ball, Nikola Vucevic, and Josh Giddey all being questionable. These two squads just went at it less than a week ago, and the Bulls absolutely dismantled the Lakers in that one. Kobe White and Montas Buzelis were the stars of the night, combining for an impressive 67 points, while Josh Giddey put together a well-rounded triple-double performance. For the Lakers, this game presents an opportunity for redemption, but they face an uphill battle considering they are on the second night of a back-to-back. Fatigue could be a factor, whereas the Bulls should be well rested after having a few days off following their upset victory against the Denver Nuggets on Monday. Los Angeles is expected to be the favorite in this matchup, and that's not surprising. The Lakers are widely considered the better team on paper and tend to get favorable lines due to their public appeal. However, there's reason to be skeptical about their ability to cover. Not only are they coming off a draining, last-second victory, but they also have to adjust quickly with limited recovery time. On the other side, the Bulls continue to be undervalued by odds makers despite their strong recent play. Chicago has been one of the hottest teams in the league, winning 8 of their last 10 outright while going an incredible 9-1 against the spread in that stretch. They've also thrived as underdogs, winning 6 of their last 8 games outright when not favored. Given that the Bulls just demolished the Lakers by 31 points on the road, there's little reason to jump ship now. As our first pick for this matchup, the Chicago Bulls to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The total has consistently gone over when these teams have met, hitting in 8 of their last 10 matchups. Additionally, recent trends suggest that high-scoring games have been common for both squads. Los Angeles saw the over hit in 4 of their last 5 contests leading into Wednesday's game against Indiana, while Chicago has also gone over in 4 of their last 5. There's good reason to expect another high-scoring affair here. The Lakers have struggled defensively in recent weeks, and the Bulls aren't exactly known for their lockdown defense either. Chicago won't be intimidated after putting up nearly 150 points against Los Angeles last time, and they've been playing with a lot of confidence lately. Another factor in favor of the over is the game's expected pace. The Bulls rank 3rd in the NBA in pace of play, meaning they push the tempo and force opponents into quicker possessions. While the Lakers don't operate quite as fast, they rank 7th in shortest defensive possession length, which suggests they allow teams to score efficiently and quickly. Looking back at the last meeting, Chicago's 146-115 victory was even more lopsided than the final score suggests. The Bulls dictated the tempo and exposed defensive weaknesses, particularly in Los Angeles star players like Luka and LeBron. Montas Buzelis stepped up in a big way, dropping 31 points, while Josh Giddey stuffed the stat sheet with 15 points, 17 assists, 10 rebounds, and an impressive 8 steals. Kobe White also shined, hitting 6 shots from beyond the arc. On top of that, Chicago had 8 different players contribute at least 9 points, showcasing their depth and balanced scoring attack. Given their current form and confidence, another high-scoring performance seems likely, which should push the total over once again. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Memphis Grizzlies versus Oklahoma City Thunder. It's a showdown in the Western Conference, with two teams fighting to stay on the right side of the playoff cut line. The Memphis Grizzlies will face off against the Oklahoma City Thunder this Thursday night. Memphis comes into this game after an impressive 140-103 win over Utah on the road Tuesday. They were an 11.5-point favorite in that matchup and managed to cover the spread. Oklahoma City, on the other hand, also won on the road Tuesday night, defeating Sacramento 121-105 while covering the spread as an 8-point favorite. When it comes to the all-time regular season series, the Thunder has the upper hand, holding a 73-35 advantage. They have won the last 8 matchups between these two teams, with their most recent victory being a 120-103 win in Memphis on March 5th. The Grizzlies are still dealing with a few key injuries. Morant, Marvin Bagley, and Brandon Clark are all out for this game. As for the Thunder, they have ruled out Aaron Wiggins and listed Jalen Williams as questionable for this matchup. These teams have already faced each other 3 times this season, with Oklahoma City winning every game by double digits. Memphis has been struggling recently, partly due to injuries stacking up again. Meanwhile, the Thunder have kept rolling, continuing to rack up wins and climbing to the top of the Western Conference standings. Memphis is still fighting for the top spot in the Southwest Division and is working hard to secure their playoff positioning in the West. On the other hand, Oklahoma City has already locked up the top seed in the conference, which guarantees them home court advantage in the upcoming playoffs. The Grizzlies will be without Morant for this game, and Jaren Jackson Jr. is dealing with an injury that makes him questionable. While Oklahoma City has the luxury of being able to rest players if they choose, the momentum they've built over their recent run is hard to ignore. They have won 14 of their last 15 games, including 7 straight victories over Memphis. In fact, Oklahoma City has won 7 consecutive matchups with the Grizzlies and 9 of the last 10. The Thunder have posted a remarkable 30-5 record at home this season. Memphis is clearly banged up and continues to be a tough team to trust without their best player, Morant. The Thunder have dominated this series recently, winning 8 straight games against the Grizzlies and going 7-1 against the spread in those 8 victories. Oklahoma City is also the best cover team in the NBA, with a cover rate of 69.1%. They've been on a roll, going 9-1 both straight up and against the spread in their last 10 games. As our first pick for this matchup, we are taking the Oklahoma City Thunder to win and cover the spread as favorites. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been on an incredible streak, scoring 20 points or more in 65 consecutive games, setting a new franchise record. His consistency and high level of play are a big reason why Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is considered a top contender for the MVP award. This Thunder team has also reached 60 wins faster than any team in their franchise history. Memphis leads the NBA in pace of play, and Oklahoma City is right behind them, ranking in the top 10. Both teams are also in the top 10 for offensive rating. The total has gone over in 4 of Memphis's last 6 games, and with both teams playing at such a fast pace, we can expect plenty of scoring opportunities in this game. As our second pick for this matchup, we're taking the over on the projected total. Houston Rockets versus Utah Jazz. The Houston Rockets are set to face off against the Utah Jazz in a highly anticipated conference matchup on Thursday evening. On Tuesday, the Rockets were able to secure a victory against the Atlanta Hawks, continuing their strong form. Meanwhile, the Jazz were defeated at home by the Memphis Grizzlies in their last outing. The first time these teams faced each other this season, the Jazz came out on top with a 124-115 win at home. In terms of player availability, the Rockets are still closely monitoring the status of Amen Thompson and Steven Adams, both of whom are listed as questionable for this game. On the other side, the Jazz have already ruled out key players for this matchup, including Jordan Clarkson, Lauri Markkanen, and John Collins. With such injuries mounting for the Jazz, it's clear why the Rockets are favored heading into this game. The line for this matchup was always expected to be a bit steep, given the Rockets' strong recent performances and the Jazz's struggles as of late. While the Jazz managed to win in the first meeting of the season on February 22nd, a 124-115 home victory, it's hard to envision them coming out on top this time around, especially with their roster being so depleted. As our first pick for this matchup, the Houston Rockets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Utah has been playing with a fast pace this season, ranking in the top 5 in terms of tempo, and Houston isn't too far behind, sitting comfortably in the top half of the league for pace of play as well. The Jazz have been especially effective on the offensive boards and have also been deadly from beyond the arc. However, the Rockets have a knack for forcing turnovers and turning those mistakes into easy points in transition. Additionally, Houston's ability to attack the paint and get good looks inside should allow them to run their offense efficiently against the Jazz. Offensively, the Rockets have been firing on all cylinders, regularly putting up impressive point totals. In their last 5 games, they've averaged a solid 119 points per game. Conversely, the Jazz's defense has been a liability lately, as they've allowed 120 or more points in 4 of their last 6 games, which has made it difficult for them to stay competitive. Moreover, Utah's fast-paced play has led to high-scoring games. In their first matchup of the season, the Jazz scored 124 points, pushing the total over the projected number by a solid margin of 10 points. Over the last 6 meetings between these two teams, the over has hit a convincing 5-1, further supporting the expectation of a high-scoring game. With both teams playing at a fast pace, I anticipate another shootout. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Portland Trail Blazers versus Sacramento Kings. The 2024-2025 NBA season picks back up on Thursday, March 27, with an exciting Western Conference clash at Golden One Center in Sacramento, California. This game will see the Portland Trail Blazers face off against the Sacramento Kings in the final game of their 4-game regular season series. Portland is aiming to extend its recent success as they come into the game with a 2-game winning streak over the Kings. Their most recent matchup saw the Trail Blazers come out on top, beating Sacramento 108-102, even as a 1.5-point underdog at home. Portland's roster is still feeling the effects of some key injuries, as Deandre Ayton and Jerami Grant are both out, and Taunami Camara is listed as questionable for the game. On the other hand, Sacramento is also dealing with injury concerns, as they keep an eye on Devin Carter, Malik Monk, and Jake LaRavia, all of whom are questionable for Thursday's matchup. So far this season, the two teams have met 3 times, with Portland holding a 2-1 advantage. Interestingly, the home team has won every game so far, which adds another layer of intrigue to this contest. At this moment, it's tough to separate the two teams, especially with both squads struggling with injuries. Still, Portland has been the slightly better team recently, making them the more promising option heading into this matchup. Despite Portland's recent success, the Kings are getting the benefit of the doubt because of their home court advantage and the fact that they are generally considered the superior team. However, Sacramento has not lived up to expectations lately. They've lost 8 of their last 10 games, and during this stretch, they've gone just 3-7 against the spread. The Trail Blazers, in contrast, have been a much different team over the past couple of months. They've quietly kept themselves in the play-in tournament conversation and have won 2 of their 3 games against the Kings this season. Portland has been a solid bet with a 41-31-1 against the spread record this year. The Kings need to capitalize on games like this if they hope to stay in the hunt for the play-in, so I understand why they're favored. As our first pick for this matchup, the Portland Trail Blazers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. When it comes to ball security, the Kings excel, taking good care of the basketball, while the Blazers are more prone to turning the ball over. Both teams find themselves in the middle of the pack in terms of pace, and neither squad is known for playing tough, aggressive defense. Over their last 2 games, Portland has faced off against Boston and Cleveland, while Sacramento has matched up with Boston and Oklahoma City. It's no surprise that both teams have struggled in recent matchups, but I expect both squads to shoot the ball well and execute offensively at a high level when they meet on Thursday. Defensively, the Kings have had trouble against the 3-point shot this season, ranking dead last in the league in defending the 3. The Trail Blazers aren't far behind, sitting at 20th in the league in opposing 3-point percentage. Additionally, both teams allow nearly 23 free throws per game, which speaks to their struggles to contain opponents defensively. In their most recent games, both teams had issues with shooting efficiency, which was no surprise considering the solid teams they faced. With both squads having a tendency to struggle on the defensive end, I expect that to continue in this matchup. This is a crucial game for the Kings, who have seen their top scorers struggle recently. However, I anticipate that will change on Thursday night, as Sacramento is likely to put up big numbers on offense. The Blazers, too, will find success scoring, as they can't rely on their defense to carry them to victory. Expect this game to be a higher scoring affair. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.